Wissahickon 14 rebounds, Norristown with 11 turnovers, Wissahickon 8, Norristown 9. There were 8 lead changes, 4 ties. Wissahickon's biggest lead was 4, Norristown was 5. For scoring individually, Miller 8 points, Beardsley 10. They scored all their points in the first period. Washington had 11 in the second. For Norristown, Gardner with 14, Dean with 12, Pierce has 4 rebounds.
Were you able to catch your breath?
Go ahead, Bob.
Here we go.
Up to you.
Norristown possession as we start the second half. For those of you just tuning in, it's 36-34 on the Conocelli board. Norristown holds the lead at 7:33. We have a shot, a missed shot, we have a rebound, and a follow and a foul. 55 gets the shot. It's Billy Lucas. He'll be going to the line shooting 2.
One thing that's impressed me about Norristown, Bob, they play with a lot of energy. They're playing hard. They're playing with intensity. Sometimes that their exuberance, they overrun plays here and there. Wissahickon capitalized, but for the most part, and this is only the second game that I've seen Norristown play in this year, and I can attest that they do play consistently hard.
Well, after that opening loss with Cheltenham, we've seen a lot more team basketball out of Norristown. Wissahickon has the rebound. The score is 36-34. Important possession to start for Wissahickon. Put some points on the board. Norristown picks up with the pressure again. Almost turnover. 33 is going to pass it back out to 30 at the top. It's going to look shot, doesn't take it, passes it back out. Better shot with Washington in the corner. Gets an open shot, misses it, and Jermaine Pierce has the rebound, looking to get the ball in Willis's hands, turns it over. Big time turnover, freshman mistake.
Well, he should be handling the ball there. That's up to Willis to go take it off.
He has to go to the ball, and he didn't. Easy basket. One of the reasons those shooting percentages are 50%, Tom. Carl with the floater, misses it. Almost rebound, there's a follow. Carl Dean with the rebound. 38-36.
That's 14 points for Dean on the evening.
Oh, almost turnover, forces it, bounce pass, it is a turnover. And we're going to get a transition out of it and a steal. Turnover, both ends of the court. A little late on the pass. Washington back out to 30, gives it up. Good fake, good penetration, missed shot, too soft. Almost a tip steal, Willis has it. Wissahickon back in the man. Another shot from the corner, missed. Wissahickon rebounds, loses it. Anthony has it, passes it back out to Willis. He's going to penetrate and score. 40-36. Willis still leading scorer, I think, Tom.
Yeah, I believe he is. Norristown's looking to really take the ball strong to the basket, and they're being very effective with it.
Good block here. And we get a steal and a turn, yes, and a layup out of it. 6-point lead, Tom, 42-36. 2 quick buckets. Wissahickon calls the timeout.
Good timeout, biggest lead of the night.
Who had that block in?
Blocking the shot?
Yeah, he blocked that shot.
That was Dean.
Yes.
20.
Carl Dean.
He got the rebound too?
Bob, it's a good timeout at this juncture for the Trojans. The pace of the game, as I've reiterated numerous times, Norristown wants to an up-tempo pace. It's been that way the entire game. Although Wissahickon has stayed close, I think you'll see separation if the pace does continue. What Norristown, again, has to do, though, is when they get opportunities with steals, turnovers by the Trojans, don't turn it right back over. Take your time, make the extra pass, execute, look for a good shot, take the ball to the hole.
I'm surprised that Norristown had more turnovers in the first half than Wissahickon. And we thought the pressure would bother bother Wissahickon.
I think
I think
the turnovers, there's an injury there.
Heavy on the floor, he's going
Washington is slow getting up.
Easy opportunity for Norristown. They miss it and recover with the rebound. Willis takes the ball, is looking to get to 55, passes it up top. Good pass underneath and the score. It is an 8-point game now.
And you're seeing that separation. Just to comment on what you mentioned, Bob, Norristown probably was responsible for their own turnovers in that first half through sloppy ball handling and passing. It wasn't the defense that created those turnovers applied by Wissahickon. On the other hand, Norristown's quickness and trapping, just like that, just like that.
I have to score out of it, and he does. Carl does.
This game's going to get out of hand very soon.
It's a great run for Norristown. 8-point run. Another turnover. Almost another turnover. 30 has it, passes it to 34 underneath. They needed that bucket. 8-point game. 4:15 on the board.
That was a much-needed basket by the Trojans.
Willis handling the ball up top.
Wissahickon down a 1-3-1, Bobby.
Got a block by number 15.
Norristown's got to recognize this 1-3-1 setup, a 2-on-2 set.
15 with the foul.
We have a substitution for Norristown, I believe, yes. Steve Evans is going to come in,
Entering the game for Norristown.
replacing Billy Lucas. So your lineup is
Matt Zimmer entering.
Willis, Jermaine,
Jermaine Pierce remains in with 3 fouls.
Wissahickon handling the ball at the top. Norristown putting that pressure on, looking to steal. They do. Anthony's got it, an opportunity to score here. Spins, almost turns it over. Willis gets the shot. It's missed. There is a rebound. Number 12 has it. Number 12 is Mike Buckley on the rebound, I believe.
Bobby, a major development we may have overlooked in the last minute. Ryan Washington, although not in foul trouble, had to go to the bench, replaced in the lineup by a 5'10". They lose like 7 inches, and the experience and scoring ability of Washington. He took a hard fall down at that end, and there was no call on that play.
I think he'll be back in soon, though, Tom. He's over there drinking some water, and it doesn't look like he's in pain. Missed foul shot. Wissahickon has the ball.
Well, he'll feel that injury tomorrow morning. You better believe that.
Wissahickon looking to penetrate. 2 players cut to the basket. Number 12 pass it back up top. Willis is putting a lot of pressure on. Steve Evans now pressuring. Open player underneath, late on the help.
You never leave your man on the block to double in the corner. You never leave your man under the basket to double team.
Steve almost turned it over if he didn't, but the officials didn't call it. Willis is going to penetrate, throws it up. Number 30 on the rebound, getting a lot of pressure. Going to go hard, pulls it back, passes it to 34. Norristown again putting that pressure on. There's an opportunity again. Little short on the shot, a rebound. Doesn't need that dribble. It's what you talked about earlier, Tom. Put the ball on the floor instead of making it a 3. It's a best of 2.
Head pump, ball fake.
Foul 15 is fourth. Here to the line, shooting 2.
Now, key on that time is number 15 just picked up his 4th foul, said something to the official, but that's a big one.
Yeah, I was surprised when he got his 3rd that they took out Carl Dean and Lucas and left Pierce. Now, Pierce doesn't have a lot of leeway to play with when and if he does return to the lineup. Being a freshman, you don't want to put a freshman in a 1-foul situation late in the game, 3rd, 4th quarter.
I'm surprised at that. You and I would have pulled him. He would have sat, picking up that 3rd and have him for later, but he's going to sit now, and he'll sit a while. Steve has the ball. We have Carl on. Anthony Carmona. Carl takes the drive and uses the glass. He is so strong, so quick to the basket.
Well, you know, with Norristown not with a very big lineup out there as opposed to, although Wissahickon doesn't have their big guys out there, as many of them anyway. Carl Dean he's got to take over inside right now, take the ball to the hole like he's been doing consistently well all evening.
You know, and Jason Landers has not returned. He picked up his 3rd in the first half. He's still sitting on the end of the bench, Tom.
Well,
4. He has 4. Well, that explains it. He has 4 fouls. Ryan Washington is back in though for Wissahickon. Willis is going to fake it, passes it, it is turned over, and there is a foul out of it.
Now, why you would foul there, I have no idea. At that point, you got to get back on defense. He's 53 feet from the basket. There was no double team there. You got to think this game sometimes, Bobby. That's another blocking foul.
Yep, number 2.
You got to beat the man to the spot. Norristown's applying a run and jump defense. What you've got to do, you've got to beat the man to the spot to turn him. You can't bump him going to that spot, and that's what Norristown's doing.
And they're picked up there at the 4 foul situation, Tom. Long shot by number 34, misses it, could be break. Nope, they're going to get back. Willis is looking up, has Carl on the side, passes it back to Steve. He's going to take, looks for Carl, takes the long shot, misses it, and gets the rebound and the foul. Not a good defensive effort on Wissahickon's part, no boxing out.
No, but Carl Dean is really, really hustling tonight. And he's playing hard at both ends of the floor. He's stepping up when Norristown really needs him to step up tonight.
We would expect defensive block out, I don't know, Tom. He took a 3-point shot and was able to get that. People didn't box out. No arms up, no wide body.
That seems to be a lost art in high school basketball and even in some occasions college basketball, especially from the perimeter. What guys want to do when a guy shoots at perimeter jumpers, fly down court to look to get the ball for a duck at the end.
Willis gets the rebound and puts it back up, and that quick it's back up to 9, 50-41. Rebounding, boxing out. A lot of pressure, goes to the middle, back to 21. Give and go. Ryan Washington's going to take the long shot, and it's out.
Top of the basket. As you mentioned, Washington back in the game.
Okay. Stephen Willis handling the ball in the backcourt.
Stevie Evans.
Go ahead, Tom.
He's due. Nice little dump off.
Carl Dean, another one. Man stepping up. It's an 11-point game with 1:12 in the third quarter.
This may be the best game he's played all year. Whatever Mike Evans and the staff said to him, he's really playing excitedly and excitingly.
Matt Zimmerman with the rebound will go to the line, following up the previous shot by Ryan Washington. Gets the shot, and we have a timeout in Norristown. Conocelli board reads 1:01 in the third quarter, left in the third quarter, and Norristown 52-41.
Bill, this seems to be the time of the game, maybe a minute or two later than Friday night, that Norristown, nursing a 15-point lead, gave in and lost intensity over at Upper Moreland, one of the worst teams in Suburban 1 Freedom, and fell prey to the Golden Bears. So I think at this timeout, Mike Evans, if I had to guess, is over there reminding him of this fact. At this point now, to pick up the intensity, let's double this lead, not let them come back.
I think Wissahickon's reeling a little bit. Landers is still on the bench. They haven't had much of a perimeter game, probably no perimeter game. Their only points are coming off the inside. Well, as we pick it up with the 1:01 mark.
Got to mention, Bob, you have a well-officiated game tonight. It's one of the best officiating, most consistent officiating games that I've seen to date. Because it seems there's always controversy, no matter what level of basketball or football, any sport anymore. There's got to be controversy with officials' calls. This game is very well officiated.
Willis with the fake, penetrates and scores.
He got the spin.
Quick. Yep.
He got the roll. Beautiful drive.
12-point game. Norristown 34. Got to score it. Didn't need that pass. Uh-oh, it's going to be. It is. Turnover. Wissahickon maintains control. Ryan Washington passes it back. Almost turnover. A lot of pressure. We're going to have a jump ball. Wissahickon ball on it. 24.3 in the quarter. 54-42.
Bobby, Norristown is super active in their defense. A lot of those passes that they got in there for Labs the first half, Norristown's got their hands up. They're in the passing lanes. They're doubling the ball. Their anticipation is a lot better. They're very, very aggressive. Very impressed with their intensity and their active defensive style in the second half.
Wissahickon's passing that ball to the corner a lot too, Tom. That's helping that trap. Inside, we pick up a quick foul, number 12 for Norristown, on the feed into the low post.
Foul number 12.
I don't have a number 12 in the program. That's Buckley.
Mike Buckley.
He's got his JV uniform on, and he definitely went over the back, playing behind the offensive player on the post.
So Ryan Washington will go to the line, shooting one, just made the field goal. It is still a 12-point. It is a 9-point game now. 54-45. Norristown holds the lead with 18 and change on the clock. Wissahickon putting pressure on, trying to force a bad shot or a quick turnover to get that last shot. And Norristown will get the last shot with less than 8 seconds left. Passes to Carl.
Got to have a man in that post.
There's a turnover. Almost. Someone's got to get a shot, and does, and almost makes it. Number 30 hits the front of the cylinder as the quarter expires. 54-45, Norristown.
Bobby, as we wrap up and head into the fourth and possibly perhaps the final period, pending a Wissahickon comeback, it's this broadcaster's opinion that Norristown, as I mentioned earlier, picked up their defensive intensity. I use the term active. When you're active on defense, you're moving your feet, you're getting your hands on the ball, whether it's up top, on the floor. They're rotating well defensively, and a lot of those reversal passes that Wissahickon was able to do out of the traps in the first half, Norristown's rotating over, getting their hands in the ball, and causing Wissahickon more difficulty where they cannot finish that type of offensive sequence in this half.